School for this battle between Taylor Center and Truman, the last ever battle between two teams from Taylor right here at this field, because the Truman Cougars taking on Taylor Center in their last ever game between these two teams. And Taylor Center lost a very tough one to open the season against Kennedy, so they're all done with Taylor schools this year, and I'd like to at least split the series between the other two Taylor schools before they get soaked up by Kennedy and Truman next year. There you see Jim Clausen on the sideline, and he's trying to get these kids to come together. He said he's never seen his team quit like they did last week, and he's not used to Truman Cougars quitting like that. He had a couple of kids quit the team. He thinks that the kids he has now are the kids that are going to be with him the rest of the season, and he doesn't want any quitters playing for the Cougars. For the Taylor Center Rams, they had a tough 6-0 loss to Kennedy to open the season, a game which they really feel they should have won. But then the win over Annapolis, and they'll try to find out how good they are tonight, coached by Forrest Bone in his 4th year as head coach, 32nd year overall, and we're not going to be seeing him coaching anymore, at least as a head coach in Taylor as of next year. Jim Clausen will be back coaching the Truman Cougars, and my guess right now for the head coach of Kennedy Eagles, with Dick Kozik retiring, will probably be Ron Vespremi. Truman will be receiving the football. Taylor Center actually won the toss. They deferred to the second half, and so we're going to find out if Truman's got what it takes early on, as Taylor Center will be kicking off. Doing the kicking for Taylor Center, Brian Anstis. And back deep for the Truman Cougars, Kevin Thorning and Kevin Miller. There they are, the deep two. Parents' night here at Harry S. Truman High School. Pretty good crowd on hand for both sides, and we're underway. And this is basically, this is kicked straight up in the air. I don't know what happened there, but boy, that was nearly an onside kick, Rick. And luckily, Paul Brandt was wise enough to make the grab and get a return on the play. He lets that bounce around. We could have what happened last year against Melvin. Let's take a look at the starting offense for the Truman Cougars. John Oberdorf, Russ Bone, Chad Sitsky, Jim Boyd, and Dave Langley. And the offensive backfield, led by Wes Harden, Rick Thorning, Paul Brandt, Kevin Thorning, Rob Petrick, and Mike Harden. 1st and 10, as they set up shop at the 41-yard line. Power football into the middle. And they go to their fullback. Already we see Jim Clausen diversifying as Rob Petrick carries the ball. Take a look at the Taylor Center defensive line. James Hurl, Victor Leon, Chris Pearson, Bill Loria, Jeremy Toko. The linebackers, Brett Polito and Rich Ferguson. And the secondary, Dave Lytle, Gary Pazinski, Ken Terry, and Mark Simons. 2nd down and 6. Running the option is Wes Harden, and he's going to be near a 1st down. Good decision there by Harden as he cuts it up. Picks up 7 yards, and Truman has their first down of the ball game.
Pretty good offensive line work that time by Truman. Big Dave Langland for 73 was shaken up, actually taken off the field by ambulance in last week's game. Good to see him back in the lineup for Truman. That was merely precautionary. Big, tough player in there at right tackle for the Truman Cougars.
So Truman starts out much better than they did against the Melvindale Cardinals. 1st and 10. Here's Patrick, and he got nailed. Big stick, Rick.
Chris Pearson, number 54, the middle linebacker for Taylor Center that time, staying home and putting a hard lick on the Truman ball carrier. Minimal gain, actually a loss of about a yard on the play.
Yeah, he's in there playing that nose, and watch this stick.
A quick handoff. The ball carrier was Rob Petrick and just went nowhere as he was hammered by Pearson.
So a loss of, like, one, actually maybe a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9. Wes Harden, 3-step drop, throwing the deep out. Looking for his brother, and it's just overthrown. Going for his brother out there, Mike Harden. Mike Harden is 5'10", 150 pounds, and this guy is only a freshman.
and he's a good-looking young player. Mark Simons, number 1, was the defensive man that time for Taylor Center. Looked like Hardin had possibly a step on him. Ball just thrown high and outside. Long third down situation now for Truman, and this is a situation they did not excel in last week versus Malverdale.
They go to Brandt. Trying to get the corner. He's got it. But he's not going to get the first down. Dragged down from behind by number 32, Ken Terry.
Ken Terry had a little bit of help from Nick Hill, 13, the quarterback in there on defense. And a 4th down coming up now for the Truman Cougars. First drive of the football game.
So will they go for it, or will they punt the ball away? And here comes the punt team. Dropping back to do the punting for the Cougars is Paul Brandt. Going deep for Taylor Center is Ken Terry. And they fake it. Snap to the up man, and I don't know if they got the first down. It's close. It'll depend on the spot here. I think there's going to be a measurement, and while we have a measurement, let's give you our officials for tonight's ball game in the Mega Blue between Taylor Center and Truman. The referee is Gerald Fisher. The umpire is Art Collier. The back judge is Dick Brewis. The field judge is Gary Jenkins. And Al Greer is our umpire.
Very good defensive work that time by Brent Polito, number 55 for Taylor Center, as he stayed home on that fake punt, made the tackle, and that will be a first down going the other way as Taylor Center stops that fake punt play. For some reason, when Truman got up to the line of scrimmage, I did not believe they were going to kick the ball for a second, and a snap to the short man, but it did not work. First down going the other way for the Rams.
So they'll take over at the 39. First and 10 as Nick Hill brings them up. Put the ball in play. Single back set right here. Nick Hill drops and throws. Down the middle, and it's picked off by Kevin Thorney. Intending that one out there for the big tight end, Rich Ferguson, and he was double covered. I don't know who got a hand on it. It's one of the linebackers for the Cougars. Thorney comes up with the tip drill interception.
Not a very good decision that time by Nick Hill on first down. Trying to hit Ferguson, a 6'5" tight end. It's just a straight drop back pass. There was another receiver farther down the field, but double coverage that time on Ferguson. Kevin Thorney, 23, comes up with the interception for Truman.
So Kevin Thorney has the turnover, and Wes Hardin will try to run the option and go nowhere. A loss of a couple on the play. So the Cougars come up with the first turnover of the ball game, and they'll try to cash in now. But Taylor Center's defense steps up on the first down play. Truman taking over right at the midfield stripe on this possession, their second possession of the ball game. You see the time remaining here in the first quarter. No score in the ball game. Rob Patrick on a draw, and he's going to be close to a first down.
The thing that made that play right there was the deceptive move by Wes Hardin on that inside trap handoff, finding Petrick, 5'6", 155-pound junior, and that was a fine play from scrimmage. Third down and just a couple of yards now for Truman to keep this drive alive.
Coming into this game, Rob Petrick had only carried the ball 8 times, Rick, for 13 yards. He nearly got 13 yards on that carry. We'll give him a gain of 10 on the play. Now go to Petrick again, and he's going to be close to a first down on third and short. And this might call for another measurement. It'll depend on the spot. And it looks like he's got it. Victor Leon got credit for that tackle. They do pick up the first down. So the Cougars trying to capitalize on the turnover, have it first down and 10 at the 40-yard line of the Rams.
Good, tough, straight-ahead running. Point of attack blocking by Truman. They didn't need a whole lot, and it was good for first down yardage.
Good forward lean by Petrick to pick up the first down. Three-step drop, look-in pattern. He's got his brother, Mike Harden. So West goes to brother Mike, and it's a gain of 8 yards.
Such a good pattern for a speedy wide receiver to run that quick slant over the middle. The downside to it is he can take a lick on occasion, but that time Mike Harden not contacted that bad. 2nd down and 1 to go. They got about 9 on that play.
Approaching 7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. I'm Bob Zahari along with Rick Chapo and Jay Strasser down on the field. He handed off to Petrick over the right side, and he's got the first down inside the 30-yard line to the 26.
We haven't seen much of Paul Brandt so far carrying the ball in the ballgame. He was the man who carried Truman the first week of the season in that 20-0 romp over Romulus. Going with Petrick thus far, good young tough runner.
Well, Jim Clausen said he could tell that Melvindale was keying on Paul Brandt the entire game, and he said he was going to diversify a little bit more because he expected TC to be keying on Paul Brandt, and it's working for him so far. First down pass play, the deep out to Mike Harden. He has got it, touchdown. Beautiful throw, 26-yard TD pass. Wes Harden to Mike Harden, and the Truman Cougars have drawn first blood.
Excellent combination, the two Hardens. That time they had single coverage again with Mark Simons, number 1, the coverage man for Taylor Center. Didn't really have too bad a coverage, but the ball just thrown in a perfect position. So very important for Truman to get off to a good start in this game. And they have by putting the first 6-pointer on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you're right, Rick. Mark Simons was right there. Truman draws Taylor Center offside. You know, Taylor Center, I was at their practice. They worked on this. They worked on that quick shift that Truman does to try to get you to come offside, and yet they still jump offside. So it's not the coaching. It's just the kids forgetting things that they're taught in practice.
That 1 yard doesn't seem like much, but you almost have to go for 2 when you only have the ball on the 1 yard line.
With Truman up 6-0, and they draw Taylor Center offsides with that shift. And now they'll be going for the 2-point conversion. They bring out the kicking team, and they put in their power offense. Here you see Kevin Miller and Rob Petrick in the backfield. And they got Paul Brandt at the slot. Wes Harden hands it off to Miller, trying to get the corner, and he'll get buried. Tried to cut it in on Mark Simons, and they are denied the 2-point conversion. So 6-play, 50-yard drive after the turnover, and it's amazing how that always happens.
Truman making that turnover hurt. Pass interception on Taylor Center's first offensive play. Truman has had the ball for the duration of the first period. If you add up number 12 and number 19, the answer is 6. Figure that math out. Perfect pass from Wes Harden to Mike Harden. Now look at the coverage, though, by Mark Simons. He was right there, maybe beat by about a step. And it doesn't matter, as that will count for a Truman touchdown. 2-point conversion attempt is no good.
Beautiful camera work down there. Steve Lloyd doing the job. And you got a good look at how it looked from the Truman Cougar sideline, and they liked that look. They lead it 6-0 with 6:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Now we'll see if the Taylor Center Rams can rebound after having the ball in their possession for only 1 play and turning it over. Now, Forrest Bone told me that they'd be passing it, but we didn't know it'd be this quickly. Here's a kickoff by Brian Anstis, taking it deep, and this is Mark Simons. Simons got up over the 25-yard line and slips down at the 26. TC